thought I was broadcasting. I guess I wasn't. So I was looking over my YouTube page and I noticed that there's a couple videos on here that got a lot of attention, and one of them was a setup where I went through little bit by little bit on what does what on the custom setup at Fairbury. Today we're going to do the same thing at Durango. We're just going to go through everything. I already did my cambers, my angles, so you can just take a look there. Now I'm doing my spring rates. So the spring rates, and we're, like I said, for everything we're going to go over this. This probably won't be the fastest. The fastest lap time here is a 13.048. I think that's either the weekly or regardless, that's really fast. So I already did the fronts. Okay. Now for the rears. For the left rear, if you go stiffer, you're going to be tighter on exit. Softer, you're going to be looser on exit. Excuse me, I've got bad heartburn today. And I'm just kind of putting, excuse me, a little something in here right now. And then we're going to go out and test it. So for the left rear, and I'm going to base a lot of this on my right rear. So for the left rear, to make it just a little stiffer coming out, I'm going to go stiffer so it can be a little tighter on exit, because I like tight. If you like a really loose car, this is not going to be the setup for you. So for the right rear, if we go stiffer, it's going to be looser on exit and throttle. If we go softer, it's going to be tighter on exit, so we are going to go softer. We're going to take it all the way down to 200. Okay, and now we just go to shock bump. So go down here to shock bump on the valving. Now, higher will be tighter on, and this is for the front shock bump. If you go higher, you're going to be tighter on entry. If you go lower, you're going to be looser on entry. Again, I like tight, but I know from working with this, your shock bump, you kind of want it down. You're going to be a lot more stable. So, but we're going to go to the rears, and we're going to go this route. Actually, on the rears, we're going to go up a little bit on both of them. Just a little bit here. Okay. Oh, sorry, I've also got a bit of a cold here. Okay, so for the shock rebound. So for shock rebound on the left front, if you go higher, you're going to be tighter on exit. You go lower, you're going to be looser on exit. Again, I like a tight race car. So I'm going to go right here on the left front. And the shock rebound on the right front. If you go higher, you're going to be looser. If you go lower, you're going to be tighter. So we're just going to, just a little bit. On the left rear, if you go higher, you're going to be looser. If you go lower, you're going to be tighter. So we're going to go just a little bit here. And we're going to go back through. This will be kind of a long video. And I'll tell you everything it's doing. And so for the right rear, if you go higher, you're going to be tighter. If you go lower, you're going to be looser. This is where it's going to get kind of weird. I'm actually going to go a little bit lower. I want this car to lean on that right rear. And if I go tight on absolutely everything, it will be too tight. So I'm actually going to take that down to a 3.5. Tire pressures. This is common sense. I'm going to lower my tire pressures all the way around. And again, these setups might work for you. They may not work for you. It's all the way you drive, really. So Tire stagger. I am going to run a bit of a stagger here. Again, I do like a tight race car, but you got to have some stagger in there. Okay, so for the brake bias, I'm not even going to mess with the bias. We're not even going to worry about that. Okay, for the left weight, if you go higher left weight, you're going to be looser handling. Lower left weight, tighter handling. So I'm going to go down just a little bit. Not going to go a whole lot, just a little bit. Oops. Cross weight. Okay, so this is the percentage of weight, the right front to the left rear tires, okay? So for your cross weight, if you go higher cross weight, you got more traction on throttle, more understeer through the corner. If you go lower cross weight, you're going to have more oversteer through the corner and less traction on corner exit. I want that corner exit. So I'm going to go a higher. I'm not going to go a lot. I'm just going to take it up to 50.5. Ride height. This is where things are going to start getting real tricky. A lower front ride height is going to be more overall oversteer. I don't want a lot of oversteer. So I'm actually going to go just a little bit higher. I'm just going to go an inch. That's it. Okay. So for the rear, increasing both J bars, looser corner, or excuse me, looser center, and this is all on the World of Outlaws site. You can look this all up yourself. I'm just doing this, and then you guys can adjust it from wherever I find. Okay, so increasing both J bars, looser center, less forward, traction out. That's if you increase both J bars. So, increasing chassis J bar, looser on turn in, tighter on exit. And that's kind of what I want. So I'm going to increase right there. And I'm going to probably go just a little bit higher on the ride height in the back. Rear weight. Lower rear ride height, more overall understeer. Higher rear ride height, more overall oversteer. So we're going to go up to a 2 on that. And then rear weight. Higher rear weight, more oversteer in high speed corners, more traction out of low speed corners. I'm going to try to run the high side. So I'm going to go probably about right there, 57.0. Then this, wheel lock, more wheel lock, higher steering range, faster steering response if you go more. Less, lower steering range, slower steering response. So let's go down just a little bit. Steering offset, I'm really not even gonna go with that. And then gear, we're gonna lower that just a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna save this setup, and we're gonna see what we do in practice here. Again, the record that I know is like a 13.048. So let's go here. Let's see here. My record so far is a 13.640. And we are so far off. So we're going to go back to the drawing board here. The car actually feels decent. I'm going to, oops. One thing we definitely got to do, I thought we're on that high side. I figured if I'd lower that, that would help out. But I was definitely wrong. Alright, so I'm going to want tire pressure back here. Definitely going to go down to that. Oops. Stagger. All right, save that. I may have went way too much on gear here. This might be actually a good low side setup. We're going to go down the low side here. All right, and like I said, we are still off, which is fine. That's why we mess around with this for. So let's go back in here, and we're getting no speed, none. So we got to figure out where it is that we're losing. So one thing, I went too far on that, and we're gonna go down just a little bit there. Okay, so the spring rate, let's go up just a little bit on that. That might be a little bit too much. Excuse me. Let's try that. Cross weight, let's go down with that. Left side weight. Okay. We're going to try that. Yeah, we're so far off, it's ridiculous. So, we're just going to keep on tuning on this thing. We're going to keep on going until we get it. Can't stop. Okay, so I'm obviously way too loose on exit. So, excuse me. Spring rate on right rear. Got to go down a little bit. Take that all the way down. Tighter on exit. Tighter on exit. Left rear. We're going to go a little bit stiffer. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, we're going to go stiffer. Yep. Going to go extreme on that. Spring rate. Left front. Tighter. Looser. Turn in. Turn in. Okay. I didn't even see if I was redlining it or not. Okay. We'll try that. Alright, see what we got. Go. Definitely got to be looser going in. I'm too tight going in. So too tight going in. I'm just not getting enough coming off the corners. Alright, so I need to be looser going in. So we'll go to the cheat sheet here. Looser on turn in for the spring rate. I got to be stiffer on my spring rate. So let's go stiffer, the left front. And we're going to go extreme here. On the right front, if I want to be looser going in, I want softer. Okay. Tighter on exit. I'm going to go up a little bit on my right rear. Okay, spring rate on the left rear. A little looser on exit. We're going to go a little softer. Obviously, went the wrong direction there. And I need more coming off the corner, so I'm just going to look on the cheat sheet here. Shock bump to be tighter on exit. Rear shock bump. I want it to be higher on the rears. Okay. Just going over my cheat sheet here. Better traction on exit. So tire. Oh, that's tire stagger. Yeah. I'll lower that stagger. Screw it. I'll just run a 1/2 inch. Let's see what that works. Get more traction on exit. Alright, cross weight. Because a higher cross weight, more traction on throttle, more understeer through the corner. Okay. Da 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 da. Okay, so we're gonna try this, and that's probably not gonna be the whole thing. I know I messed up with the J bars. But we're just gonna try this for right now. See if that improves at all. So far, my best is a 14.163. And I know a lot of you are probably laughing at this, going, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Well, I don't. But that's why I'm doing this, so that way you all can see exactly how to do this. We'll learn it. We're going to learn together. Way too loose on entry. Way too loose. I went too far. So we're going to tighten this up on entry. And it is frustrating, but I mean, I'm not going to pretend I'm something I'm not. I don't know everything that I'm doing. Alright, so we're going to go back up here on the cheat sheet again. Alright, so for the shock rebound, we're going to do that for the left front to be tighter on entry. We're going to go higher. And this may be completely wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So both of them are going to have to go up. Shock bump on the rears. Higher is tighter on exit. Lower is looser on exit. And that was pretty loose on exit. So we're going to go up. And we're going to fix these J bars right now too. Alright, J bar height. Go to the cheat sheet here. Increasing both J bars is looser through the center. Less forward traction. Increasing chassis J bar, looser on turn in, tighter on exit. Decreasing both J bars, tighter center, more forward traction on exit. So we're going to decrease these J bars. We're going to go all the way down on these suckers. Okay. Rear weight. Let's go here to rear weight. Ride height. Da, 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 da. Trying to find. There we go. Rear height. More oversteer, more traction out of low speed corners. If you go a higher rear weight, a lower rear weight is going to be less traction out of low speed corners. So, what do you consider a low speed corner? We're going to try up. We're going to focus on this rear height after I do this. And this may be way too much. All right, here we go again. Way off still. I don't understand. I don't know. No idea. We're going to go over here. We're going to go opposite. We're going to drop the rear weight down. Really don't want to do this, but I just don't feel like I'm getting the traction coming off. Let's try that. Too much gear. Redlining way too early. Well, any suggestions? And you can still hear me grinding on that wall, trying to hail mailing. All right, back to the cheat sheet. I need to be a little tighter on exit. So I decrease axle J bar. Shit, I'm all the way down. So we gotta get a little tighter on exit. Yeah, I don't want to do that with J bars. Let's I don't know. One thing I'm gonna do. Alright, let's go spring rates. Let's try spring rates. Let's go stiffer. Let's go stiffer on the left rear. Go a little softer on this spring rate. The right front. Actually, I'm just going to leave those alone. Let's try that. Go. Try the low side here. Maybe this will work better on the low side. I don't know. I have no idea. No clue. None. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. If anybody has any ideas of what I am doing wrong here, I have no clue. I think you'd want more weight to those rear tires. You're gonna get more traction coming off. You would think, you know. Let's try this. If this doesn't work, I don't know. Okay, going back up to the high side. I don't know. I have no idea. That is just weird. Okay, in practice with the 14. I'm gonna do something here though, because this is just weird. I mean, I'm going right by the book, what it says. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna see if just a slider is faster. And again, I was going by the book, by the cheat sheet on what to do. The slider is faster. I do not understand it. So we're going to do this right here real quick. We're going to make a YouTube video off of a YouTube video. So we'll just go on to YouTube. Custom setup. World of Outlaws. Let's see if there's somebody. Okay, here's a baseline to build off of. From course, Fast Farm. I gotta turn this down. Don't want to get any copyrights. And these guys are pretty legit. So this is for the late models. But wow, that's really dark. Barely see. Alright, you know what? We're going to try this. We are going to do, because I mean, if all else fails, right? Let's see how close I was. That was close. That's dead on. That's dead on. That's dead on. Nope, that's not. Okay, so it's going to go 1.8. Go 5 on the valving on the left front. Oops. And then the tire pressure, he's got that left front at a 9. Again, this is the base setup from Fast Farm. I'm not going to try to take credit for something that's not mine. So let's go 220. And this is just a base setup to go off if he says. That valving is at a 9. This one's at a 3. And again, I'm learning with you guys. So I'm not a guy that has a whole bunch of time on his hands to sit and do all this. 2.5. Oops, wrong way. God bless y'all if you have stayed with me this long. But like I said, I was going straight off that cheat sheet of what I needed to do. Evidently, that cheat sheet may not be completely correct. This is really blurry, so it's hard to see. 3 and 9. Wow, I was way off maybe. How's that at 11 psi? Okay. We're learning here. We are learning. Let's go 250. These valving's going to be a 3.5 and a 5. Got that tire pressure. I can't tell. It's so blurry. Alrighty. Alrighty. Cross weight 54.5. I mean, I wasn't way off on some of these. Some of them I obviously was. Cross weight at a 49. Maybe I should start doing these before I get that at 0. Before I start making the videos, so that way I don't bore everybody. But that's it. We're learning here, right? That's at a 15. I got that right. 13. Ride height back here. He's got that at a 0 also, huh? Well, he knows more than I do. 55.5. Wasn't way off on that. Gears, I'm not going to worry about what he's got at gears, because that's just, I mean, that's going to be if you're running high or low. So, all right. Well, you know what? Let's try it. The worst that's going to happen is it's not going to work. Did I save that already? Yeah, I saved that. Okay. Let's try this. And, you know, it might be my settings, too. It might be my settings that I have on my controller. My controller settings. Holy Jesus. Okay, it's improved. All right, it has improved. I know I am a little loose going in, and I'm a little loose all the way around. So let's tighten this up a little bit. I'm not going to mess with the front. I'm not going to go drastic on this. Just a little bit there. Yeah, I'm not going to go drastic on this. I know I was redlining a little too early. Just going to go down a little bit there. Let's try that. Ah! Well, I don't know what else to do. No clue. This video should have been entitled What Not to Do. Because I'm at a loss. I have no idea. I want to add a little more rear weight. Just a little bit. Measure that ride height a little bit. I really feel the bottom side with setup like this would be the best, but it's still not going to be as good as what I run with the slider. So I don't know. I'm convinced it's in my controller settings. It's got to be something in my controller settings. So, no, I'm not going to reduce difficulty. see here. If I hit, how do I get to? God, I wish you could go controller settings without exiting. Alright, well, you know what? I spent enough time on this. Obviously, this is the video of what not to do. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If you have suggestions, put them down in the or in the comments, because I have no flipping clue on what else I can do. Like I said, I went exactly by what the book said to get more traction coming off, and it didn't do it. So, obviously, I'm doing something wrong. Let me know. I'll do more studying so that way when I make videos, you guys ain't wasting your time. Alright, till next time.